What I'm going to present are techniques I use to keep from getting a cold. As a cardiologist, I'm exposed to 10 or more patients per day with viral upper respiratory infections during the cold season. The techniques I use do not always work. Nothing is 100% effective. But when I feel a cold coming on, these steps generally prevent it. The common cold is caused by 200 different viruses. The most common class of these viruses are the rhinoviruses. These cause up to 40% of colds. Other types of viruses include respiratory syncytial virus, human parainfluenza virus, and coronaviruses. 4 species of coronavirus cause the common cold, which is what we are talking about here. 3 other types of coronavirus cause SARS, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, and COVID-19, which is not what we are talking about today. What causes a cold? Nasal secretions from an infected person contain the virus. You touch a surface containing these nasal secretions. Then you touch your eyes or nose. The virus starts superficially inside your nose and works its way back deeper into the nasopharynx and oropharynx. To prevent a cold, the first thing is to not touch anything. Always use automatic doors if available, especially at doctors' offices and hospitals. Open doors with your elbows if you can push them to open them. Do not touch your nose or your eyes. Wash your hands with soap and hot water after touching any surface or any person. If you feel a cold coming on, then start zinc lozenges immediately as per manufacturer's instructions. I personally do not use these because they make me nauseous. Do not drink yesterday's drink. Discard that half-empty bottle of water from yesterday when you had a few sniffles, and do not reinfect yourself. If you feel a cold coming on, take a hot shower. The steam acts as an expectorant, so you can cough up infected secretions. Cough up as much phlegm as you can and get it out of your system. Gargle Listerine at the first sign of a scratchy throat. I saw this tip from a disgraced Tour de France champion who stated he could not afford to get sick during the tour. I gargle every 30 minutes to the point of gagging until the scratchy throat goes away or I can't take it anymore. This is a very powerful technique. The most powerful technique I saved for last. This has to do with sleeping position. I have seen tens of thousands of patients in the hospital through my career, and all but a few have assumed the typical hospital bed position. Flat on the back, head raised a little bit. So what does gravity do with that thick, nasty mucus sitting in your throat? It pushes it back into your nasopharynx and oropharynx, and maybe deeper where it causes a full-blown cold. Learn to sleep face down as much as possible at the start of a cold. Sleep on my stomach face down and turn my head to one side when this gets too uncomfortable. Gravity works for you and not against you, pushing that junk out of your body. In the morning, follow that up with a hot shower to expel any remaining phlegm out of your system. My common sense disclaimer for those who lack common sense. This does not work all of the time, as I already said. I still get colds every once in a while using these techniques. These techniques do nothing for the flu. I am not your doctor. I do not treat colds or purely respiratory problems. If you have a cold and have concerns, call your doctor. If you feel you are seriously ill, call 911.